Hello, this is your instructor Alice Shapiro. I want to take just a few moments to welcome you to Summer of Personal Nutrition FN 110. I'm going to go quickly through the Moodle page just to introduce you to some things and show you a little bit of the syllabus. This is the introductory portion of the Moodle page. Start here gives you some computer information. I'll be opening the syllabus in a moment to show it to you. And the news forum is a forum that will appear each week. Check for updates. There's also a general news forum where I may post things. Hints for tracking due dates, Titan tips for success are important and interesting for you to look at. Term project instructions, this is very important. You will be referring to this during the term to give you instructions for each part of your term project. There are forums each week. The forums are graded. The question forums are graded. The first forum is to introduce yourselves to us. Here are related articles and websites. These are resources. When you click on here, you will be taken to information, to resources, articles you can click on and link to. Some you can use for extra credit. Some you will be referring to throughout the term. I'm going to open the syllabus just for a moment. You can choose, I've chosen Internet Explorer. You can choose to open it in Google. It takes a moment for it to open. But here is a major part of it. You won't see all of the syllabus here on the screen, and that's okay because I just want to take you through a tour of it, let's say, fairly quickly. This gives you office hours. Since we are online, there aren't really official office hours, but generally I'm at my computers Tuesday from 10 to noon for instant messaging. The best way to reach me is via Moodle messaging. I check that almost daily, and I generally get back to students within 24 hours. You'll also see a student questions forum each week. That's a place I will also check where you can ask me questions, even though, as I said, it is quicker to just send me information via Moodle messaging. But if you have something you wish to discuss with the rest of the class, if you have a question, this will be public, of course, so that means to other members of your class. All right. So I talked about office hours, I think, a couple of times. This describes the course, gives the objectives of the course, the format of the course, talks about quizzes. During the first 2 weeks, we will have 2 preparations and 2 quizzes. This is because we are covering the same amount of information as we would in a 10-week class in the space of 8 weeks. So the first couple of weeks we'll be covering 2 units, let's say, each week. After that, we'll be covering 1 unit each week. The reason I chose to do that is because the first 2 weeks don't have quite as much information for you to read, so I thought it would be a better idea to do it that way. Okay, this just tells you some information about computers and some updated browsers for you. This talks about assignments, forums. As I said, weekly forums, which are question and answer and are graded. I will pose a question, you will answer it, you'll read each other's answers and learn. It's a great way to learn and communicate with one another, and I will be making comments as well. These green text tells you due dates. If you have questions about due dates, Moodle message me, but it's pretty clear as to when things are due, and when you click on a specific assignment, it will tell you when it is due. All right. For the weekly quizzes, here's a bit about grading. For the quizzes, and here's something about extra credit. For the quizzes, you will have a half an hour generally for each quiz, and you are expected to have the unit preparations finished before you open the quiz, because the unit preparations are for you to familiarize you with the material, and whatever is on the unit preparations will be on the quizzes and nothing else. So if you've prepared, yes, it is open book. You are allowed to use your preparations. You are supposed to. So here's week 1. Notice in green you are told again your due dates. Hopefully there won't be any question about due dates. Notice 2 quizzes the first week. And the first quiz will be due on Friday of week 1. The second quiz will be due at the beginning actually of week 2 at 8 a.m. Here's week 2. Again, 2 quizzes. One is due Friday. The other is due actually the beginning of week 3 at 8 a.m. From then on, there will be 1 quiz per week, and they will be due the Monday of the following week. I used to have things due at just before midnight on Sunday, and I thought, well, you know what, I'm not going to be up at midnight to read and grade them, so this gives you a few more hours if you need them. I don't know what everybody's work schedules are. I'm trying to be as flexible as possible. So this is a quick run. Please take time to look at the syllabus, even at the beginning of the term, because this will really be helpful to you. This is where we could say all the course is laid out for you. All right, so this is your Moodle page. I want to welcome you and have a wonderful term. Please do contact me early if you have questions. Begin your quizzes in time to finish them, and have a wonderful, successful term, and I will be hearing from you and communicating with you. All right, happy eating, happy learning.